So as you've just seen in the last video, contacting our candidates is just as easy as sourcing them, but you're not just going to contact people at random, and your contact list is soon to become very large, so you're going to need to make use of filters. Now we have our basic Boolean filters, for example the tag search, where you can just find our example imported tags from our previous LinkedIn search import, and we can also quickly search for job roles, for example software engineers. But as you can see, this hasn't really thinned out our crowd. Let's say we want to make a more in-depth filtering system. We do want to have software engineers, but it's not so important, and it's fine if it's a past job as well. But let's say that our candidate must also be a junior consultant, and in this case only contacts that are currently working as junior consultants will be found. If we were to apply our search, we'll already see that only one person fits the job and everyone else doesn't, probably because they aren't junior consultants. But this profile isn't a software engineer, which makes him not a perfect fit but only 91%. Now, just as having a contact with a ranking coefficient from 1 to 100, the same would apply in the opposite direction if we were to use negative numbers, if we wanted, for example, to avoid candidates that are currently working as freelancers. Now, this advanced filtering system is going to be very important when you're filtering through tens of thousands of profiles. And you can also use a lot more advanced filtering options that use regex, which you can also manually input if you're familiar with it. But there's no need to go into such details. Let's say that we've spent a decent amount of time creating our perfect filter. If you want to reuse this filter, you can easily save it and load it back in whenever you need it. And in case you forgot to save, Jobin automatically saves your most recent search and its modified version. Now, to save you time, these filters can directly be applied to job specs. For example, we can quickly create our pipeline, which can also use templates, since we are free to add as many stages and substages to them as we want. But in this case, we want to directly apply a filter for the corporate account specialist job. You can easily assign all the required skills during the job spec creation. But if you want to edit it in more detail, you can go to ideal candidate and apply the same ranking criterions that we had even inside job specs. And this time, when we save the definition, each time we search for new potential candidates in this job spec, that filter will automatically be applied. We can thin out the list by increasing our required threshold, only accepting contacts with at least 42% of a fitting index.